Hi guys, welcome to Keeping It Simple Crafts. I hope everyone is doing good. Today I have for you a fun deco mesh Halloween wreath. On Saturday I hit 70,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so if you'll watch to the end, there's details about my giveaway. For this wreath, you're going to need a Dollar Tree 14-inch wreath form. You're going to need one roll of the cotton and jute check mesh, and I ordered this online from Craft Outlet. You do not have to use the same mesh. You can use any 21-inch mesh that you would like. You're also going to need some pipe cleaners. You can make this for any season or holiday. I'm just making mine for Halloween. So you're going to take your 21-inch mesh, gather it in your hand, and you're going to go to one of the crossbars and you're just going to zip tie your mesh on. I have never used this exact mesh before. It has a different texture, and so it's a little bit harder for me to work with just because I'm not used to it yet. Once you have your mesh zip tied on, just take the end, push it through the middle two wires to the back. Now we're going to be using the bubble method. So you're going to try to get your outer edges to roll kind of under and slide your hand down it and make an 8 or 9 inch bubble. I don't know if it's because I have small hands or if it's just the texture of the mesh, but this one my hand did not slide down it very easy. I'm used to sliding my hand down it, rolling the edges under, making a bubble, but for some reason it does not slide that easy. So you're going to, once you have your bubble formed, you're going to take a pipe cleaner and attach your bubble to the center 2 wires on your wreath form. Same steps. You can either slide your hand or just make a bubble, move down 8 or 9 inches and gather your mesh together. Just try to make your bubbles the same size each time, and then you're going to take a pipe cleaner and secure your bubble to your wreath form. Now you're only going to be using the center 2 wires for this wreath. After I made a few bubbles, I realized that it's just easier for me to just move my hand down 8 inches or so and just kind of gather it and then make a bubble. And I also found that it's easier to use a whole pipe cleaner, because if you buy the same exact mesh, you'll see that it's really thick compared to most. So you kind of need a whole pipe cleaner instead of a half so that you're not struggling to twist it. On a wreath form, there are 6 sections. You're going to want to try to get 4 or 5 bubbles per section. Now when you get your wreath pretty full with bubbles, some of the sections may only have 4 where some have 5. It's not going to make a difference because it's going to be full and beautiful. So 4 or 5 bubbles per section. And like I said, it's easier just to move your hand 8 or 9 inches down, gather it, and make a bubble if you're using this type mesh. Either way, like I said, sometimes you just have to adjust to whatever, is easier for you. You will only need the 1 roll of the 21-inch mesh for this wreath, and I also had a little bit left over, which I'll show you in just a second. I really think the quality of this mesh is really good. It just took me a while to get used to working with it, but I really like it now, and that's how much I had left, and it turns out to be a big, beautiful, fluffy Halloween wreath. I forgot to mention that when you're making this wreath, you're going to want to fluff your bubbles each time so that it's nice and full and fluffy. You will also need a sign for your wreath. I ordered this sign, "The Witch is In," off of Amazon. You will also need some ribbon with wire to make a bow. I chose 3 colors, and I believe mine were purchased at the end of the season last year from Michael's. To make a bow, let out a tail, make a loop, pinch it tightly in your left hand, go to the other side, you're going to make another loop, try to make sure and get the loop about the same size as your first loop, keep it pinched tightly in your hand, go back to the other side, make another loop. Sometimes when you have design on your ribbon, you have to twist the ribbon to keep the design on top. you're just going to go back and forth, trying to make the loops the same size on each side until you get the bow the size you want. And you'll want to have some floral wire close by to wrap it tightly around the center of your bow. Now I am stacking my colors of ribbon. This is all 2.5 inch width ribbon with wire. You will want to use ribbon with wire. So I'm just placing my second color right on top of my first. I let out a tail first, same steps, just trying to make my loops the same size until I get the bow the size I want. And then I'm going to add the third color. Now you do not have to do all of these layers if you do not want to. I have lots of bow tutorials on my YouTube channel, so if you don't like this bow or you want something different, let me know and I can link a tutorial for you in the comments section. Once you have your bow the size you want, you're going to want to have some floral wire close by. I like using 20 gauge floral wire. You can purchase the floral wire at Walmart, Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, places like that. It's inexpensive. You can usually get a packet for a little over $1. If you are going to splurge on something, I would recommend splurging on good quality ribbon. It's just easier to work with and the bow just keeps its shape better. I have my bow the size I want, so now I'm taking a piece of floral wire, wrapping it nice and tight around the center of my bow. Get that wire nice and tight, leave the wires long. To dovetail the ends, fold the tail in half with the edges to the left side, go to the folded side, cut away from the fold. That makes the pretty V on the ends. You'll want to do this to all of your tails. Next, you're going to want to fluff and shape your bow. So make sure you open up all of your loops and have it shaped just like you want. It just takes patience and practice, so just take your time. So now we're ready to attach our bow to our wreath. Now you're going to want to take the floral wire and thread it through your mesh. Take your time threading it through. It takes a little while to get those wires to go through the mesh, but you want to thread the wires through the mesh instead of going around it, because if you go around it, it changes the shape of your wreath. So go to the back, once you get the wires through, twist those wires, cut them off and fold them down. Now you have a beautiful bow on your wreath. Next, I removed the ribbon that was on top of my sign and I just used those holes and I just wired the witches in, sign to the wreath. Now I'm adding some Dollar Tree shatterproof ornaments and fake spiders also from Dollar Tree, and I'm just hot gluing them on, so be very careful when you use your hot glue. I am using Gorilla Glue hot glue. Just hold it in place for a little while and let the glue have time to kind of set up. I also added some of the glitter black shatterproof ornaments to the wreath, and then I grabbed a package of Dollar Tree pumpkin picks and I added a few of the orange pumpkins too. This wreath is very simple to make. Just remember 8 or 9 inch bubbles and then 4 or 5 bubbles per section. I thought it needed a little bit of orange on the right side, so I just hot glued some of the Dollar Tree pumpkin picks on. I hope you enjoyed watching me make this wreath. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, share, and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe, and details about my giveaway are next. On Saturday, I hit 70,000 subscribers, so thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. So I am going to be doing a 70,000 subscribers giveaway. So on Saturday, October the 2nd, 2021, I am going to draw one name, and I am going to be giving away this Dollar Tree Farmhouse Calendar 2022 12-month calendar, and this Farm Fresh 2022 12-month calendar from Dollar Tree. They have some of the cutest pictures to do DIYs. So I'm going to be giving away these 2 calendars plus a Dollar Tree gift card for $25. So all you have to do to enter my giveaway is leave a comment on all of the videos that I post between now and October 1st at, let's say, 12 o'clock 12 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. That way I will have time to write all of the names down. My daughter will draw one name out of a bowl, and that person will win these 2 calendars and $25 gift card to Dollar Tree. So she'll draw one name on October the 2nd, 2021, and then I'll notify you on this video that you are the winner. This giveaway is not sponsored or endorsed by YouTube or anyone. I just wanted to say thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel.